You reminded me about some other things that are features of false teachings when it comes to liberation. When it comes to liberation, not when it comes to particle physics, not if you're learning particle physics, not if you're learning biology, not if you're learning chemistry, but if you're interested in liberation, if the teaching is highly conceptual, lots and lots of concepts, lots and lots of emphasis on special techniques, lots and lots of emphasis on exotic sounding things, because what they're doing, they're attracting the seeker in with exotic sounding words. You know, like for example, if they're talking about something like chakras, now that might be a simple yogic teaching, but if they're making it very flowery and exotic, and the teacher makes out they know all about the chakras, and you need to learn all about these special things. See, with liberation, it's very simple. It's within us. So we don't need that much terminology and technical words. If you're learning quantum mechanics or biology or anatomy, then there might be a lot of technical words. It's not so simple. But liberation is much simpler than these sorts of things. So if you've got a lot of exotic sounding words, lots of technical terms, this is another red flag. Ramana says, why do we need to examine all these different classes of Maya? It's like, he said, it's like examining all the rubbish before you throw it away. You don't have to examine all the rubbish before you throw it away. You just throw it away. You don't just sort through it all. Remember, he was pre-recycling times in this analogy, right? So the point is that you've got all this waste, all this garbage. You don't need to very eloquently going to all these different classifications of this level and that level and that level and this level. If you've got all these different levels of consciousness and all these very complicated or complex or esoteric concepts and constructs and systems, this is a red flag. Doesn't mean it definitely won't work, doesn't mean it's definitely not useful, but it points to the fact that this may not be a liberating teaching, and the teacher may not be liberated. As I said, doesn't mean it doesn't help you, doesn't mean it's not a part of your journey. May well be a part of your journey, may well be very helpful to you, but it's a red flag that this teaching may not be liberating, and therefore in that sense is false. Another thing about looking at the people who turn to the group, what are they like? Are they closed-minded? Are they petty? Are they argumentative? Are there power struggles? Are they overly conceptual? Are they argumentative, thinking about this concept, that concept? This is another red flag. Another red flag. Does the teacher correct the student in an aggressive and abrupt way? Again, these are guiding principles. Does they say, no, you should talk like, do they have a special way of talking? Oh, you should say it like this. You should say it like that. Do they get hung up on words overly? Again, this is guidance. This is a red flag. You have to talk in a certain way. You've got to act in a certain way. Other red flags, clothing. The true teacher isn't that interested in the body-mind. They're not then, fundamentally, they're not interested in the body-mind. Do they have an outlandish haircut? Do they wear special looking clothes? Do the people in the group dress and look certain ways? Are they obsessed with the body-mind? So you look at the hair, you look at the clothes. Again, are these rules? No, of course not. These aren't rules. You can't say, oh, I saw that guy's hair and look, I don't think he's liberated. You know, someone once commented on a post on Facebook of mine. I put a picture of Ramana and a quote, and someone commented, I don't think this guy has realized, look how well manicured his beard is, or something, right? And it was a picture of Ramana, and the person who commented probably didn't know this. Not that it's that relevant, but Ramana, people used once a month, someone used to shave his head and then shave his beard. That was just the tradition. And I think this photo was taken and his beard looked like it had, been just freshly shaved or something. And she was like, oh, he's obviously obsessed with the way he looks. Ramana, right? I mean, anyone who knows anything about Ramana just sees how absurd that is. He was not concerned about his appearance in the slightest. He didn't even wear a loincloth when he first came to Arunachal. So people put a loincloth on him, you know. But otherwise, he didn't even care for that. Yeah, he just wasn't interested in the body mind fundamentally. So most true teachers they'll dress according to their society. They'll fit into their society. They'll look presentable according to the society, but not much more. You know. So if they're wearing very snazzy outfits and everything looks very polished, again, not a rule, but these are all red flags. These are all, is red flags the right word? These are all alarm bells. These are all things that should alert you to look twice, look deeper.